Tonight, report on how long a man is heading to prison for leading police on a chase. And Habitat for Humanity raises thousands of dollars during their Festival of Trees. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Moses Lake wrestlers take the Inland Empire Classic, and the Big Bend women return from the Everett Classic. Let's take a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, Chaslin here at the Weather Center. A dry air mass is expected with lots of sunshine Tuesday into Wednesday, but another system will approach the area. I'll have more details for you very soon.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A man is serving more than a year in prison for a police chase where he damaged a patrol car with a stolen Dodge Charger. Jory Valley, a 26-year-old Nespelem resident, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle. Prosecutors dropped the charge of assault in the second degree as part of a plea agreement. Valley has previous convictions for assault, felony harassment, and DUI. When combined with his present convictions, he was sentenced to 1 year and 2 months in prison. An officer spotted Valley driving a stolen 2010 Dodge Charger near State Route 155 and led police on a chase through Grant, Douglas, Okanagan, and Ferry counties and reached speeds of 80 miles per hour. When Valley was driving on a gravel road, he applied the brakes heavily, causing an officer to rear-end the car. He drove away and crashed the car a short time later. Miracle on Main Street returned to Ephrata on Saturday with a fun run, holiday activities, and the popular lighted parade through downtown. Reporter Joe Utter was there and has the story.
A very wet Saturday evening didn't stop the Miracle on Main Street lighted parade from heading through downtown Ephrata. A few dozen people braved the cold and wet weather to watch trucks, tractors, and fire trucks, all lit up with Christmas lights and decorations, make their way down Basin Street. And children even got to catch a glimpse of Santa Claus riding in an Ephrata fire truck. Weather was much better Saturday morning for the annual fun run. More than 100 people, dressed in Christmas attire, raced on either a 1-mile or 3-mile course. Prizes were given to the top male and female finishers in their respective categories. Activities continued Saturday afternoon at the Ephrata Recreation Center, where children had the chance to participate in a variety of holiday-themed arts and crafts and games. Stations were set up for kids to make Christmas cards, take part in a coloring contest, have their face painted, and make tree ornaments. The annual Miracle on Main Street event is sponsored by the Ephrata Chamber of Commerce and Ephrata businesses and service organizations. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
A man allegedly molested a girl several times during the course of 4 years. Prosecutors charged Kevin Briery, a 49-year-old Moses Lake resident, in Grant County Superior Court with rape of a child in the first degree. The victim reportedly told investigators the molestation started when she was 8 and continued until she was 12. According to court records, the attacks allegedly occurred when the victim was in the bathroom. The victim reportedly told a teacher who informed police about the incidents. Briery allegedly admitted to doing something very bad to the victim, but didn't remember the specific attack. According to court records, the defendant reportedly told police he was an alcoholic and didn't remember many of his bad actions. Ephrata firefighters took some time last week to collect food from residents for their second annual food drive. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
It was Christmas music instead of sirens Thursday night in Ephrata when firefighters fought hunger instead of fires. Ephrata firefighters cruised neighborhoods to collect canned food items from neighbors. Ephrata Fire Department's second annual food drive for Ephrata Food Bank had some 20 department volunteers walking neighborhoods with their fire trucks. They greeted people at their porches retrieving donated items. Ephrata Fire Chief Jeremy Burns explained how the drive works.
The Ephrata Firefighters Association puts this on. Last year we did it on a Saturday morning. This year we're trying to do it in the evenings to where more people are home. Maybe we're not disrupting some of the family life that happens on a Saturday morning. and we've had pretty positive results. We have collected through the northeast and southeast sections of town. This evening we'll be working on the southwest and northwest sections, and then the sections of Grandview Heights. So we hope to be getting better and better every year as more and more people are expecting us to be out there.
People can drop off donations at Ephrata Fire Department at 800 A Street Southeast, where they can be taken to the food bank nearby at 1010 A Street Southeast. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, that could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
Hi everyone, I'm Chaselyn Rodriguez bringing you your local weather. This weather segment is brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Let's take a closer look at our headlines within the next few days. A drier air mass pushes through, so we're expecting drier conditions, cooler temperatures. However, those temperatures are more seasonable for this time of year. Within the next few days, we're expecting dry conditions with mostly clear skies, but that will be short-lived as another system will approach the area. A wetter system bringing that threat of a wintry mix Thursday into Friday, especially towards the Cascades. We're expecting that threat of snow. Taking a closer look at the almanac within the past 24 hours, we started off with temperatures in the lower 30s above the normal for this time of year and maximum temperatures around 10 degrees above the normal. Record high of 52 degrees, and that was in 1979, and record high for Moses Lake, 58 degrees in 1979. We started off with temperatures above the normal, around 10 degrees above the normal for this time of year, and those maximum temperatures as well around 10 degrees above the normal for this time of year, and our sunset at 4:08 p.m. Right now outside your door, clear skies, temperatures in the mid-30s with those winds pushing through pretty calmly up to 7 miles per hour from the northwest. Dry conditions are expected overnight. Now there is a trough in a low pressure system along central parts of the Rockies and towards the Four Corners, bringing that threat of snow. And it will continue shifting towards the east through the morning hours along northern and central parts of the plain, bringing that threat of snow. And drier conditions are expected for the second half of the work week along the Great Lakes with a little bit of cloud cover. Dry conditions are expected for our area for eastern parts. Now towards the west, increasing cloud cover through the morning hours will bring that threat of isolated showers through the coastal area with that threat of some snow, especially towards the Cascades in a wintry mix. Seattle, you will receive that threat of showers and lots of cloud cover around western parts. Now towards central parts, dry conditions are expected with mostly clear skies. Lots of cloud cover towards the west. Those temperatures from the lower 40s to upper 50s. Snow may be likely along higher elevations towards the Cascades. Now dry conditions are expected for our Columbia Basin. Even towards the inland northwest, we're expecting drier conditions. Those temperatures ranging from the lower 30s to mid 30s. Bridgeport 34 degrees with mostly clear skies. Taking a closer look at our extended forecast for the week. For Tuesday, we're expecting mostly clear skies with temperatures in the mid-30s, 37 for the second half of the work week, increasing cloud cover. And then a system will approach the area, bringing that threat of snow and that wintry mix for much of the area. Snow will stay primarily through the Cascades, but depending on those temperatures through the morning hours. We'll be right back with sports.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalence to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
The Running Vikes hosted Fairchild Air Force Base in the Military Appreciation Games at Big Bend Community College over the weekend. There was a whole lot of scoring going on and not much defense as the teams combined for a two-day total 448 points. Sean Wells was on hand for the action and files this report.
It was Military Appreciation Weekend at Big Bend with the Running Vikes hosting the Fairchild Air Force Base for a doubleheader. In the first game, the Vikes jumped out to a hot start, taking a 67-45 lead into halftime. Big Bend took advantage of 35 points off turnovers to cruise in the second half, winning 128-90. Mogaladu was the leading scorer for Big Bend with 27 points and 9 rebounds. Keyshawn Liggins added 23 points, while Riker Pierce checked in with 19. In Game 2, Big Bend came out strong again.
Low kicks back outside for a three-pointer. That's good. Keyshawn Liggins.
The Running Vikes dropped 76 first-half points, shooting 9 of 15 from three-point land. Big Bend hung 71 second-half points on their way to dismantling Fairchild 147-83.
It's up to Liggins on the fast break, and he takes care of that. 25.
The bench was key for the Vikings, outscoring the Falcons 54-8. Leo Barron and Riker Pierce led the way for Big Bend with 30 points apiece. Keyshawn Liggins checked in with 24 points and 8 assists. The Vikings are back in action this Friday when they take on Highline in the first round of the Walk-In Crossover.
The Lady Vikings went 1-2 at the Everett tournament. Big Bend matched up against the Shoreline Dolphins in Game 1. Shoreline jumped out to an early first quarter lead, but Big Bend fought back to make it a 7-point spread at halftime. In the second half, the Vikings took advantage of the three ball, regaining the lead and taking the contest 53-48. Max Shelley was the leading scorer with 18 points. In Game 2, the Vikings took on the host team, Everett Trojans. This game was a close one down to the wire as Everett squeaked out a 72-68 victory. Deanna Manning led the way for the Vikings, recording a double-double with 18 points and 11 rebounds. The loss set up a third-place game against Lower Columbia. This one was all Red Devils in the first half as Lower Columbia took a 35-6 lead into that break. The Devils would cruise in the second half, taking the contest 66-47. Max Shelley led the way for the Vikings with 11 points and 4 rebounds. The Lady Vikings are back in action Wednesday at Olympic. Moses Lake turned back all comers to claim back-to-back Inland Empire Classic championships. The Chiefs were able to get past the determined Colville team 212-182, despite having just one weight class champion in Hunter Garland Cruz. Cruz beat Coeur d'Alene's Dylan Lockwood 3-1 to take the 138-pound title. Moses Lake had 10 wrestlers place at the tournament, including 5 sophomores. Host Central Valley placed third with 181.5 team points. The Chiefs beat Post Falls to take the 2014 Classic. Moses Lake is back on the mats Wednesday when the Chiefs host Wenatchee at 7 p.m. Moses Lake boys swim and dive raced past West Valley 106-80 in Big 9 competition. The Chiefs own the 1-meter board, taking the top 3 spots on the day. Garrett Winmer edged Isaiah Zeller 197-195 to take first. Johnny San Pedro placed third with 145.65 points. Moses Lake earned 7 additional first-place individual swims. Garrett took the 200 and 500 free. Noah Heaps touched first in the 100 backstroke and 200 individual medley. Andrew Molitor took first in the 50 and 100 freestyle. And Jordan Pack swam to a first-place finish in the 100 breaststroke. Moses Lake touched first in the 400 free relay event and was second in the 200 free relay. 3 Chiefs scored in double figures, and Moses Lake got past the Panthers in Wenatchee 55-46 Saturday to open Big 9 league play. Moses Lake struggled from the floor early and fell behind by as many as 14 points in the second quarter. But the Chiefs scratched and clawed their way to a 30-25 halftime deficit. Conditioning was a major factor in the second half as Moses Lake came out running and gunning, and Wenatchee got caught reaching and trying to keep pace. The Chiefs were sent to the charity stripe 9 times in the third quarter and sank all of their free throws to kickstart a 25-21 run. Jesse Lawetta led the way for Moses Lake with 22 points. Abby Rathbun, who was awarded the game ball, hit for 14. Jamie Lawetta finished with 13. It was the 6th win in a row for the Chiefs, who will hit the road to Walla Walla Tuesday to take on the Blue Devils. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. And the patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the annual Festival of Trees benefiting Habitat for Humanity of Moses Lake. Reporter Joe Utter was there and has the story.
Hundreds of people gathered Saturday night to support Habitat for Humanity of Moses Lake for their 21st annual Festival of Trees. The annual event was held for the first time at the Grant County Fairgrounds 4-H building and featured food and drinks, a live and silent auction, guest speakers, and of course, Christmas trees. Each of the 12 trees is decorated and donated for the event, featuring different themes from traditional to patriotic. Guests in attendance had the chance to bid on the trees, which will be delivered to the highest bidders. Annick Trimble with Habitat for Humanity explains what the money raised during the event goes toward.
It is our Habitat for Humanity fundraiser. So what this does is 100% of the proceeds made goes towards building the next home. So we have had people donate trees, gift, auction items, and what we do is we have a fun night of mingling and bidding and just giving. And at the end, people go through and we'll have a silent auction. Then we have our mug drawing, which is here behind us. It's a chance to win one live auction item right off the top. And then we have our live auction, and to top it off, we have our first homeowner who's paid off her home this year talk. And it's gonna be, you know, how it changed her life. And it really is. We are one house at a time. We're changing people's lives. We take all the money we make and it goes straight back into the homes, and we allow these people to have a home that could never afford it otherwise. They hold a 0% interest for their loan, and it gives them a chance to actually make it. And so that's what we try to do, is just one family at a time, just change it. And they do, and they turn around, they give back, and they come and they help out at the Festival of Trees the next year. And it's about giving back to the community and growing our community and making it stronger.
The Festival of Trees is the organization's largest fundraiser of the year, and while it doesn't raise enough money to build a home, it serves as a starting point for the next home.
Usually on our Festival of Trees, we try to raise enough to break ground. It's not enough to build a home, but it's enough to get it started. And then throughout the next year, we try to gather enough money and do enough fundraisers to finish the home. We can't break ground until we have enough to start a home. It depends every year. Hopefully this year we'll have enough for more.
Habitat for Humanity of Moses Lake has helped build 13 homes for Moses Lake area families. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
Welcome back. On Saturday, the Civil Air Patrol honored veterans who have died by placing holiday wreaths at cemeteries throughout Grant County. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
The Columbia Basin Civil Air Patrol took time on Saturday to honor veterans who served and sacrificed by laying holiday wreaths where they were laid to rest in cemeteries across Grant County. The patrol was part of a nationwide commemoration day put together by the Wreaths Across America Foundation, and Lieutenant Karen Wagner talked about what it means for her and the cadets.
With the CAP, we try and teach the cadets honor to those that are still serving and those we've lost. Remember the ones we lost. And teach is teaching them of what we do. And those are the three missions for Wreaths Across America. This is an extremely personal project of mine. It honors my grandfather who raised me, who was a World War II veteran in the Navy. I am the mother of a Marine, and my son is soon to enter the Air Force. And so we're a family that serves, and it's very personal for me. It's a project that's very close to my heart and I take very seriously.
The Civil Air Patrol buys the wreaths through fundraising donations from the public, and Wagner said she hopes she'll have enough wreaths next year to acknowledge every fallen veteran who called Grant County home. In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
Students in Moses Lake celebrated Potato Day with fun and games with the help of the Washington Potato Commission. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
It was a celebration of all things Spud at the Columbia Basin Technical Skills Center in Moses Lake on Thursday. The school invited students from Garden Heights and Sage Point Elementary Schools to take part in activities involving Grant County's biggest crop. Washington State Potato Commission Director of Marketing and Industry Affairs Ryan Holterhoff said CB Tech's involvement in promoting potatoes is already paying dividends.
Ms. Armstrong and some of the students came to one of our Potato Commission committee meetings and said, we'd love to have you be more involved. And we'd love to put potatoes kind of prime and center to CB Tech. And so as a result, we were also able to make a donation of $5,000 this year. And love seeing all the creativity amongst all the classes. You know, culinary is a natural fit with potatoes. Who doesn't love potatoes? And so it's been very fun working with Susie and her group on some fun, exciting new potato dishes created by kids and potentially for kids, but to see how all the programs have been able to incorporate some sort of potato fun into their programs has been great. So really thankful for all the work that all the students have put in, all the staff that has put in here, and it's been a great day so far.
The school received an additional donation from Microsoft, and officials say they're already looking ahead to make Potato Day bigger and better next year. In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
In Moses Lake, law enforcement from Grant and Adams counties were honored for their work to keep impaired drivers off the road. Reporter Joe Utter has the story.
Law enforcement from Grant and Adams counties were recognized by the Central Basin Traffic Safety Task Force on Friday night for their dedication to keeping impaired drivers off the road. The 25th annual Night of 1,000 Stars was held at the Moses Lake Civic Center and is a statewide campaign dedicated to all the fallen officers from Washington that have died in the line of duty, as well as officers who continue to protect and serve. The 1,000 stars symbolize the badges worn by on-duty officers across the state working to prevent impaired driving. Officers from several agencies were honored for DUI enforcement by the number of arrests this past year, including Moses Lake Police Officer Kevin Hakey, who made 91 DUI arrests, tops in both Grant and Adams counties. Officers also received praise for child passenger seat safety efforts and for DUI education for the community. Following the ceremony, officers began extra patrols for DUI enforcement, made possible through grants from the Washington State Traffic Safety Commission. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.